Hello everyone, this is Tanya here from EduTV and a very warm welcome to everybody on today's program Edu Talks by Extra Marks, an EduTV podcast series where we explore ideas shaping the future of education. Today's topic is very timely and relevant as the topic for today is reimagining teaching with AI-driven classrooms. It is both timely as technology continues to redefine how we teach and how students learn. I'm delighted to welcome our guest for today, Mr. P.S. Kalra, the principal of Vikas Vidyalaya Ranchi, whose rich experience in school leadership brings valuable on-ground perspectives to this conversation. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you, Tanya.
I also welcome our host for today's session, Mr. Malay Pant from Extra Marks, who brings with him deep expertise in education, training, and learn-centric innovation. Thank you, both of you, for joining us. Over to you, Mr. Malay.
Thank you, Tanya. Thanks a lot. So, thank you for the introduction. So, when we talk about education today, we are really talking about a moment of rethinking in these times. So,
Yeah.
classrooms haven't changed just because technology has evolved. They have changed because, as per me, students, teachers, and expectations from learnings have changed. So, we have P.S. Kalra sir with us today. We'll be discussing upon a very important topic in today's times, reimagining classroom with AI-driven classrooms. So there is one thing which we need to understand here. AI-driven classroom are worth discussing today. It is not a trend, not as a replacement for teachers, but as a way to imagine how teaching is going to change in some time. So, sir, my first question to you, it's a very generic question which I want to understand from you. Uh, so, sir, from your experience as a school leader, how has the classroom teaching changed over the past few years? And what has been the role of technology into that?
See, Malay, what I have seen that it has changed to this extent that now routine content delivery to mentoring, facilitating discussions, and we are using AI and other tools for preparation. And on day-to-day activity, it has become very easy to analyze what are we doing in the classroom and what is the impact of that in the classroom, whether learning is taking place or if it is taking place to what level, what
Hmm.
need to be done. That analysis earlier we were doing manually, now AI is doing. So this is a great a change which I have observed in past few years.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. So, sir, what really resonates here is that you have mentioned that what we are doing, that we are removing the friction that holds the students back through technology. That is again a point to ponder upon. For years, the teaching has that that manual planning, we have to make lesson plans on papers, manual checking of the papers. So none of this is wrong, I would say, but it consumes enormous mental energy. Sir, I think you would
Yes.
agree on that, correct? So, sir, AI driven classrooms help shift that balance. Instead of spending a lot of time on repetitive activities, AI helps the teacher, or I'll say AI becomes a teacher's uh, I'll say a helping tool, not the replacement of teacher, but as a helping tool. So in that sense, AI doesn't change the heart of teaching; it just creates. I think. Now, sir, when we are talking about AI and we are talking about the teachers and students, we know students are the very important stakeholders, teachers also. So, sir, how can AI help teachers reclaim time from non-teaching tasks and focus more on the students?
See here, Malay, I would like to add one thing
Hmm,
that earlier, whatever we were planning for the masses in the classroom.
correct.
Now, with the help of AI, we can go for individualized attention to each and every child. Suppose I'm just taking one example
Hmm,
that uh, X is a student of my class. His needs are different than the needs of Y.
correct,
So
sir.
with the help of AI, I can categorize that very easily because
Hmm,
analysis, student-wise analysis is available with me. Earlier, what we were doing, we were preparing for the masses, the whole class, maybe 40% of the students or 60% of the students, we were preparing. But now, with the help of AI, we can prepare their worksheets, we can prepare it depending upon their needs, actually.
Mhm.
So
Correct.
it could be multiple ways of handling a particular child.
Correct, correct. So, sir, again, what you said, I'll agree with that, that it is very important to make things personalized for the students also, because
Yeah,
every student is a different types of learner. We have different type of learners in class. Every student, I met a principal ma'am some days back. She was also telling the same thing, that uh, every student is having multiple intelligences.
yeah.
So some students are good in science, some are good in mathematics, some are very good in logical reasoning. So we need to work accordingly. So, sir, exactly what we have also done here at Extra Marks is that we have created a 360-degree ecosystem. So, on our platform, all the stakeholders are connected together.
Hmm.
Every stakeholder is getting something. So, when I talk about teachers, teachers are getting NEP aligned content, AI driven tools. Students are again getting content to learn from, so that whatever teacher is teaching in the classroom, that goes to the student at their home also. Teachers can send personalized learning material to the students
Yeah,
as per the requirement of the students.
yeah.
So here, sir, again, I would say that teachers don't struggle with teaching. They struggle with everything around teaching. I would say that.
Hmm.
So lesson planning late at night, creating worksheets, checking responses, that takes a lot of time. So exactly what AI is doing here is it is simplifying and organizing these tasks. So instead of starting from scratch every time, teachers get structured support, content, practice, and insights. Now, sir, when that happens, my point is that teaching becomes more satisfying and not exhausting.
Perfect.
Now, coming from this point, sir, again, when we talk about multiple intelligences in students, sir, how do AI driven classrooms support students with different learning styles and abilities? What are your views on that?
Yeah, I would like to mention here that every child has a different pace of learning.
Right, sir?
Okay. And different strengths are there, different gaps are there. So, with the help of AI,
Hmm.
we are able to bridge those gaps very easily, which manually is slightly difficult. I'm not saying it's not impossible, it
Hmm.
is possible, but that takes a lot of time and energy of the teacher. So, this way, teacher is saving time but giving his or her best to the child for as per his or her needs.
Correct, correct, sir. I'll agree with that. The shift from late to every intervention is one of the most meaningful changes that AI has brought in today. Intervention, sir, when we talk about this word, this is a very important word in today's times, right? The technological tools which are available today that were not available when we were in schools, right? So a report of a student could only be understood after the result was declared, after the entire year. Now, sir, when I talk about intervention, so, sir, how does AI help schools move from late intervention to early learning support? How can that be possible?
Malay, the most important thing in AI is here we get real time feedback of assessment. If we are assessing a child, we get real time feedback. And
Hmm,
on the basis of feedback, we can plan for future interventions,
hmm,
right? Which was
correct.
not possible earlier.
Hmm,
When we were students, our teachers used to correct those answer books in 3, 4, 5 days, and at
right.
times more than that. So, till that time, those 6, 7 days or 5 days were, to me, or in my
Hmm,
opinion, were wasted
hmm,
because I was at the same position even after 7 days or 6 days. And then once the teacher was assessing our answer
hmm,
books, okay, then he or she was planning for the required intervention. But
right.
now it can happen at the on real time basis. You by using AI, same time it can be assessed, and what kind of intervention is required that can be planned, and even AI can plan for us, right?
True. Correct,
So,
correct, correct.
so that saves a lot of time and energy of teacher as well as of the student.
Of the students. True. Sir, again, that is perfectly right, the thing which you just said, that teachers will now have more time to connect and bond with the students, to actually understand the psyche of the students, to actually understand the different types of students and to solve their problems.
Yeah,
Now, traditionally, so learning gaps, as we also just mentioned, that were discovered after the exams. Now, AI, as you just mentioned, AI allows teachers to spot gaps while the learning is happening, right?
correct.
So if many students struggle with the same idea in the same week, suppose I'm teaching a topic in that week, many students are struggling with the same concept, teachers can pause, revisit, and reinforce very quickly. Again, sir, what we also follow the same approach, sir. So what we have done is, while a teacher starts teaching, the first thing which is very important, which a teacher should do, is understanding the previous knowledge gaps of the students.
Absolutely
So
right. Without
always.
that, proceeding further is impossible.
Exactly, exactly. And sir, NEP also says that previous knowledge gaps should be understood by the teachers and then they should go ahead. So, sir, what we have done, we have added a concept, a feature of diagnostic assessment in our pedagogy.
Mhm.
So, our pedagogy goes in this way: diagnostic assessment, learn, practice, test, and evaluate. So, the first thing a teacher will do is do the diagnostic test with the entire class and then plan her chapters. So this is the first point of intervention. Sir, second point of intervention comes at extra marks, that once a teacher is teaching the concept through extra marks platform, basic questions keep popping up in the videos. We call them as check for understanding, just to ensure that active learning is there in the classroom. Active learning is there in the classroom.
Right. Everyone is participating.
Yes, exactly. Participation of the students. So we have also taken in consideration the same thing, sir. Also, sir, what happens in a classrooms? There are 40 students, for example. So there are always those 5, 6 students who don't answer.
Yeah,
Either they are too shy or they don't know the answer, whatever might be the reason. We have also done something for them. We have gotten a feature called as Together Mode. So AI will automatically assign 10 questions to 10 students and they have to answer. So that peer-to-peer learning is also there. So exactly, sir. So intervention is very important. So these interventions prevent small misunderstandings from becoming long-term gaps and making students less stressful, that I would say.
yeah.
Now, sir, when we are talking about students here, because students are, sir, again, a part of this learning journey. So, sir, how do you think that AI helps students take more responsibility for their own learning?
What I personally feel is when we are intervening
Hmm,
time to time to any child,
hmm,
he becomes more responsible, right?
correct, right?
And he understands where the gap is
Hmm,
and what is required to be done. For that, teachers are there to help the child, right? So it definitely matters. If we are intervening at the time of, say, half yearly examination or
hmm.
quarterly examination, then it's too long. But
Yes.
with the help of technology, we can intervene wheresoever it is required.
Hmm,
Means out of, say, 230 days in school,
hmm.
we can intervene almost every day if required,
Correct.
because we
Correct.
have data available with us,
Thank you.
that analysis is available with us, wheresoever and with whomsoever it is required, that can be done very easily.
True. Correct, sir. So, sir, exactly. So, one quite but very powerful change is how students begin to relate to their own progress. This is also very important. So,
Yeah,
if a child, this is my opinion, if a child is getting real time progress of what he or she is learning from the online sources, they will be more confident and they will be able to take their own ownership from this.
definitely. But here it happens with senior students.
Yeah,
Junior
exactly. Yes.
students, we have to be with
Yes.
them all the
Yes.
time.
Exactly. So when students can see that they understand, and when they need improvement, learning becomes intentional, I would say that.
Yeah.
They stop waiting to be told what to be revised. Teachers don't have to go behind them always revisiting concepts, practicing. So this all comes naturally with them. Now, sir, again, talking about the students only, how do students emotionally respond to AI tools? And what do you think excites them and what concerns them? Again, that is also very important.
See, when they are able to achieve something,
Hmm,
they become very happy.
hmm,
But if they are not able to achieve something which is expected out of them,
hmm,
then majority of the students take it seriously. They
hmm,
work in that direction, but few they get disheartened,
hmm,
and
hmm.
then the role of teacher comes, who can always motivate them to do better.
Correct. Also, sir, one thing, following up on the same question, sir, how can schools use technology? I'll say, how can they ensure that technology is being used ethically by the students
This
and in the
is
school
very
also?
important. Use of technology ethically, we need
Hmm,
to train children,
hmm,
right? What is right, what is wrong? Because these days, see, ours being a residential school, we face
hmm.
this problem a lot.
Yes. Yes.
Because parents, when they are not able to handle these things, then they
Hmm.
send them to the residential school,
Correct. Yes, sir.
where kind of detoxing is done
Hmm, hmm, hmm,
from social media and all those things. So
hmm.
basically, use of any device is very essential. They should know, but misuse definitely is toxic.
Hmm, 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 hmm.
So what we need to tell them is to differentiate between use and misuse. If
Correct.
they understand use, it is a
Hmm,
wonderful device, whatever
hmm,
device they are using. It
hmm,
could be a mobile phone, it could be a laptop, or any other device for that matter.
hmm,
But the moment they start misusing it,
hmm.
then the way we explain it to them, that it has footprints. Even if you
Yes.
are, after sending your messages, you delete, but it is there somewhere.
Correct. Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes.
So once you explain it to them, they understand.
Hmm.
And I have seen female students, girls understanding better than boys.
Okay.
This is my
Understood.
personal experience,
Correct. Correct. Correct.
and
Yes.
boys take it lightly.
Lightly. Yes.
So this is what is my observation. Sorry, Malay, I'm not
Malay,
able to
we
hear
are
you.
not able to hear you, Malay.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, now audible.
Okay. Perfect. So again, sir, I was telling that concerns generally arise when technology becomes more of something which is monitoring them, or they are being done comparison with someone. So I would think that there a role of teacher also comes and becomes very critical in framing that tool which you just mentioned. So it is important that teachers also tell them that this is just a companion which is there to improve you.
Yeah.
It is not replacing your teachers. That is one thing which we need to ensure that students understand from the very beginning. Now, sir, again, on the same note, sir, how does technology change day to day? I would say learning experience for students specifically.
See, recently what we have observed for
Hmm,
small things, children using ChatGPT and
hmm,
AI tools, which
hmm.
they can easily resolve themselves.
Yes,
So this is dangerous.
correct.
If they are using it properly, okay, seeking help, nothing wrong in it, but
Hmm,
seeking help for the things which they can handle themselves
hmm,
independently is wrong. So
correct.
again, use and misuse. They
Hmm,
are misusing it.
hmm,
Using ChatGPT for something is very good,
hmm,
but misusing it for small things is definitely not good.
hmm, hmm, hmm. True, sir. Exactly. So if a student is doing basic, is dependent upon any AI tool for basic multiplication, then that is wrong.
Yeah.
Simple. So again, here something very small, like a small feedback, should come from the teachers. That is again very important. And again, I would think that this kind of topics should also be there in the schools where AI, how to use AI properly. That should also be there. That is again very important to be taught to the students.
See,
Sir,
basically, we need to prepare them for future, how to
exactly.
use technology.
Hmm, hmm,
Okay. And incidentally, we do conduct such kind of sessions with them every
hmm.
year, and they do understand. And challenge every year are increasing. It's
Increasing.
not that
Yes.
it is decreasing.
Correct, correct, correct,
So
correct, correct.
we have prepared them for one thing. By the time we have next session, something
Hmm.
else is there.
Else comes up. Correct, correct. But sir, again, I would say that somewhere technology is one of the main things when it comes to students' understanding of concepts. That
Yeah,
if a topic which is means I remember when I was in school and our teachers used to teach us human eye. That was a topic in class 10th. So they used to draw that diagram and show us. But
yeah,
today, even what we are doing here at Extra Marks, I'll just give you an example. We have a 3D model of a human eye
yeah.
which a teacher can just move by the finger, open, label. So all this becomes very interesting for the students also. Even at the assessment end also. At extra marks, teachers can create different types of assessments for all types of learners with the help of AI, adding the questions, types of questions. So these things also impact students in obviously positive and both negative ways also. So it is again the role of the teachers, what you just mentioned, that it should be
But
there.
here, for this particular example, it is all positive. There is nothing negative in it
Huh,
because the
exactly, sir.
child is able to visualize what it is and understands far, far better
Far better. Yes, sir. Yes.
than understanding on the board, a teacher drawing a eye there
Hmm,
and
hmm,
understanding
hmm,
something.
hmm.
He's not able to understand what it is at times.
At times, yes, sir. Yes, exactly. So again, it helps them to go away from cramming and rote learning. They are
Yes.
visualizing and understanding the things from a very longer duration. So, sir, now we have discussed so much, sir, but as per you, from your experience, sir, what are the biggest challenges that the schools face when adopting any AI-driven classroom, any AI technology or feature?
See, Malay, India, we have a big country, large number of students and large number of classrooms,
Hmm,
and diversity is there. In metro cities or big cities, it is possible.
hmm,
Okay, and majority many schools are already using it.
hmm,
Some are getting into it slowly. It will take time to reach to everyone,
hmm,
right? And uh, in my opinion, uh, AI should be made mandatory
hmm,
in the schools because it is for the growth of each and every child. With the caution, uh, the teachers are explaining the uses
hmm.
and telling them what not to misuse or where not to misuse it.
Correct, correct, correct. Sir, again, it is very important to acknowledge this honestly. This is very important. So, the biggest challenge today is not technology. I would say that is uh, the readiness of our schools and management and our mindset. That is one thing which is very important there. So, teachers also need reassurance that AI supports them, it doesn't replace them. That is one thing which is very important. Sir, one last piece of question to summarize all this. Sir, what is your one advice, or you can say two advices also, more than that also, for any school which is just starting its journey into AI?
See, whosoever is taking onus of it, it may be a IT team or
Hmm,
principal or management, they should be first fully prepared.
hmm,
They themselves should be aware what are they doing.
correct.
They should not experiment with it. First,
Hmm,
it could be a pilot project with maybe a few students, and then they can incorporate in the whole school. This would be my advice to them. Instead
hmm,
of jumping to something,
hmm,
better is let us start with a pilot project,
and
maybe
grow.
with some selected students,
Hmm,
and take parents into confidence,
correct.
explain it to them,
Hmm,
showcase something, how it helps,
hmm.
and then implement it.
True.
Because taking parents into confidence is also very important, because they are
Yes, sir. Obviously.
stakeholders,
Yes,
right?
yes, sir.
Children would be
Yes.
children,
Hmm.
but taking parents into confidence becomes more important here.
True.
And infrastructure wise, firewalls and whatever is required to be done should
Hmm.
be done beforehand, instead of doing when something happens and then you do it.
Yes, yes, exactly. True, sir. Exactly. And sir, one thing which I would like to add here is from the teacher's perspective also, we need to ensure that teachers are properly trained in using that particular
That is
solution.
very important. That's
Correct.
part of beginning actually. They should be
Exactly.
fully prepared to
Hmm.
handle any situation.
Correct, correct. So the same thing is what we are also doing here in Extra Mark. So we continuously have training programs for the teachers. We ensure that whenever teachers are adopting this product and this solution, they create some assessments in front of us when we are training them, so that they also become handy. So on our platform, sir, a teacher can create multiple assessments. We have a feature of power questions where
Yeah.
the question remains same, but the values keep on changing. So that is very important when it comes to understanding the numericals, more rigorous practice in the classroom. So again, we also ensure that teachers are utilizing it properly, they are well trained, and then they are adopting the product. So sir, as we close this conversation, thing becomes very clear, that it is all about humanizing education. That is what I call that. It is
Perfect.
very important. So AI works best when it gives teachers time, more clarity about the students, and gives students flexibility to learn by their own. So, sir, again, to close this conversation, the future of education belongs to our schools, and we need to ensure that we are using technology very thoughtfully, and teachers and all the stakeholders are getting benefit from that. So, sir, thank you very much. Thanks for being a part of this conversation. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Male.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kalra sir, sharing your time and insightful perspectives with us today. Thank you, Mr. Pant, for driving this discussion so seamlessly. The interaction today was definitely on AI-driven classrooms. It really did tell us that it is truly enriched and everything. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is Tanya signing off from EduTV. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you.